Welcome back to Random Rambling with your neighborhood crabman. I am your host, Gambino Gaming, and this is Season 2 of Random Rambling! Whoop whoop! 2024, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, boys and girls. I have my co-host and my best friend and my cousin, Darian Craig Palmer. We're going to open up with a new segment that I want to bring into the new year. Hashtag Kicking It With Crabman. Drop your comments. Hashtag Kicking It With Crabman. Ask your questions. Hit the DMs on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to have your questions relayed onto the podcast. First question of the day. For my man Craig, what NFL team would you be a fan of if you weren't a Commanders fan?
For me, I'm a Justin Fields fan. I know there's a lot of skepticism around him.
Before you go there, take a second to think back. When someone asked me this question, I said, well, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because my granddad was a Steelers fan. So if you take that out of the picture, there's a lot of Cowboys fans in my family. Yeah. And then my older brother is obviously a Ravens fan. Shout out to Fredro if you see this. So I'm thinking, who would I have rooted for early 2000s? It was like, man, that guy's really good.
Well, that's a good way to put it.
And I thought, that boy from Virginia, quarterback, number 7, Virginia Tech. I might have been a Falcons fan.
Yeah.
Virginia
I can't lie. I was a Falcons fan because of Michael Vick. I mean, I always been a Redskins fan, but Michael Vick, if you was in the Southwest Virginia, you was following that man wherever he went.
He was the guy.
And that's why a lot of people to this day are even Falcons fans or Philly fans. It started with him,
Yeah.
So that's a good way to put it. I did like the Dolphins because I was loved Ricky Williams.
No, Ricky Williams
that was my guy. And but if you were to ask today, if I was to okay, I'm done with the Commanders, I'd probably go with the Bears just because of Justin Fields. I enjoy watching him play. I think he's dynamic. I don't know what will happen to him. We would love to have him over there at Washington,
which is definitely a possibility.
So
y'all's cards right.
We'll see. We got some things in the works, so we'll see.
If we're going that route, current teams, my favorite player outside of the Pittsburgh Steelers, as I'm a Pittsburgh diehard. Terrible towel here. You see all the stuff in the background. If you're a fan of the channel, there's a lot of Pittsburgh Steeler content within the channel. Yeah. I am a diehard Justin Herbert fan, and I think I would be a Chargers fan. I like Keenan Allen, even though he might not be there next year. I like Mike Williams, Nick Bosa, Derwin James, Khalil Mack. I really like that Chargers team, and to see them be so unproductive this year was very unstriding because they're like the NFC team that I root for outside of the Commanders because, my best friend's a Commanders fan.
And my respect.
Best friend as a coworker, Matt, is also a Commanders fan. So I watch a lot of Commanders games because they're always on YouTube TV. So that's the teams that I find myself watching and not necessarily not rooting for, but not rooting for.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd probably be either the Bills, because my best friend Jeff, shout out Jeff. I know you're not gonna see this. Be the Bills or the Chargers would be my. If we're talking currently, those would be my teams. So, all right. Next question. Favorite NFL/NBA celebration. My first one would be you're too little when you back somebody down or you dunk on them and you hit them with the. Let's see if I can find over here. If I can find that picture.
Everybody hates Pat Bev. He's an NBA.
Let's see here. Window capture. Move that there. Shrink us down. Wait, what? Where's it at? Oh, duh. See right there. That right there, man. That is absolutely hilarious. Hilarious, if you ask me.
And against the person they do it. If you could feel how he's looking at him, oh no.
It's just such a perfect picture. Like that would be my. That would be mine. NFL, I like a good. See who does it the best. I think the best might be Justin Jefferson hitting the grid. He's pretty good, but I like C.D. Lamb's. That's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Those are probably my two favorite. And if you think all time, the Metal 3 to the Dome is definitely peak celebration.
Yeah.
And T.J. Watt kicking the kick, man. If he gets a second, he doesn't kick. It really grinds my gears.
Yeah, get you going. I would say basketball. I would either have to say Dame Time. That was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In NFL, the funniest one I've ever seen was it probably had to go to Terrell Owens when he got the popcorn and just dumped it all over his face.
Oh, okay.
That's when they would use props. And I'm also a fan of Tyreek Hill's backflip. I think that's pretty. If I could do a backflip, I'd probably do that every time I scored.
The Dolphins probably in the NFL have the best team celebrations. They be getting down.
Yeah.
With the Raheem Mostert with the swimming and
Jalen
Jalen Waddle with the waddle.
So those would probably be mine.
Next question. Not sure if you're going to have an answer on standby. Is top 5 favorite albums. So my 5 top favorite albums are Man on the Moon 2. Graduation, Best Day Ever by Mac Miller, To Pimp a Butterfly, and then Rod Wave. What is that album called? I have 3 monitors now, so if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm using Google on this side, Ghetto Gospel, and Pray for Love. So those would probably be my 5. Those are some of my favorite artists are Mac Miller, Kid Cudi, Kanye, Rod Wave, Kevin Gates, Tech Nine, Lil Wayne, J. Cole. Not no specific order. Kanye is my number 1. Don't at me. Moon. At your mama. What would you think?
I'll probably go old school. Not too old school, but Lil Wayne, the Carter 3.
Oh, the Carter 3 is definitely a really good.
That's probably.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Yeah.
Hello. Tell
I'm also,
me where you been.
Around the world and I'm back again.
That fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
And then I would have to say, I'm an A$AP Rocky fan, so I'd have to say Long Live A$AP.
A$AP Rocky had some heaters back in the day.
That was one. And then I was a huge Wiz Khalifa. And I would say my favorite one by him, goodness, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Cabin Fever.
Oh, with Prom Wiz.
Yeah, that was my go-to.
With the pink, pink with the yellow,
the gold. Yeah.
My chicks be looking like phone numbers. Oh my god.
Big Sean.
What was that other one?
He has one.
Oh my gosh, we were paused.
Oh damn.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure where we cut off at. Top 5 albums. I'm not sure if I covered that. Was Man on the Moon 2, Graduation,
Ghetto Gospel,
Best Day Ever, and we're going to put Carter 3 on there. And then David August asked top 5 all-time favorite animes is One Piece, Cowboy Bebop, Dragon Ball Z, Full Metal Alchemist, and Jujutsu Kaisen. We also did a quick little burn on Prom Wiz Khalifa circa 2010, 2009, up throughout my high school graduation was like 2013. That was Prom Wiz Khalifa.
He started a wave. If people start using papers again in this generation, Wiz Khalifa started that.
So next question comes from Jacob Stevens. Do you watch the seasonal simulcast animes? If so, which ones this past season is where you go to? I have not. Tap me in on some that I need to watch. I need to get back on my anime grind. Next question comes from my good friend and piss poor Ravens fan, Leonard Shaw. What team should Wimby go to so he can hoop for real? The first thing about Wimby is bro needs to put on some weight.
Yeah.
He's too thin at that frame at 7'5" to be bruising with guys like Jokic and Embiid and Anthony Davis and Giannis, those guys. He needs to put on some weight. And I don't think that him being on the Spurs is a negative connotation at the moment. They're young. They've got a lot of growing to do. but the fact that they moved him to center is very beneficial for him. He's not a power forward. He's too tall to be a power forward, if you ask me. A guy like Tyrese Halliburton would be an amazing facilitator for him. On that note, prayers up to Tyrese Halliburton. Hope you get better. He had to get carried off the court last night's game.
Dang.
Prayers up to John Morant. Will be undergoing season-ending shoulder injury right after coming back. And then there was another one. I think it might have been Tyrese Maxey might have been the third, but I know those two were definitely on that list. I think Wemby just needs a really good facilitator and to be the number one option.
And get his weight up.
Next question comes from Jonah Choi. Do you think music shapes generational values? If so, what do you think the next trend will be, i.e. toxicity, romance, violence, etc.? Music definitely plays a benefactor into generational breakdown. If you think about like NWA, if you think about like the whole that Wiz Khalifa with the yellow in his hair, if you think about like Lil Wayne making people get face tattoos and dreadlocks, if you think about Paul Wall and the grills, music definitely plays a big impact on generations and generations to come. With the current dynamic that the music industry is currently in, with groups like Suicide Boys, rest in peace to X, guys of that nature, we're seeing a lot more
emo type.
Emo may be the word, emo may not be the word, but like gothic rap, grungy music.
Yeah.
Which kind of plays towards people's emotions. I'm a huge Suicide Boys guy. I like Suicide Boys, 1,000 Blunts. If you check my Spotify right now, you can see there's a lot of Suicide Boys on my on repeat. The next question comes from, let me open up my Facebook. Matt Questenberry asks, does 3 lefts make a right? He asked me this question. I saw it while we were at work, and I stood there and I made one left, then I made another left, then I made another left, and I was pretty much exactly back where I was at. So I don't know the answer to that question. Robert Freeman, not granddad from the Boondocks, but a coworker of mine. Shout out to Rob, huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and he's a Packers fan. Make that make sense. I don't know how. Says, how high can you jump? I can't jump that high. Talked about 2 knee injuries, torn meniscus in both knees, arthritis at 28. There's not much bounce in these knees anymore. I can still probably sweep the bottom of the net. Yeah. I might be able to get the bottom of the backboard, maybe. Let me warm up, take a painkiller or two. I might be able to get up there.
Back in the day, I used to be able to pat the ball when doing the layup.
So those are our questions for this week's episode. Make sure you drop your comments, #AskCrabman, to have your questions asked on the pod. So we're going to transition to the next segment, which is we want to go ahead and give a round of applause to the Michigan Wolverines on winning the national championship.
Did they win it?
Yeah,
how did I miss the whole game?
Yeah, they won it.
Jesus.
It was not necessarily close to start. It was very, very, very roughly started game. I want to give my hat off to Michael Penix. He didn't look amazing. He still had a very good game, but not necessarily up to his standards. They couldn't stop that halfback draw right up the middle.
I knew
you see
the
the
defense
memes.
was going to be a problem.
But
I knew it.
They the game was close to an extent going into halftime, and then final score, I want to say,
I can't believe I did not even. When did they play yesterday?
Yeah.
Why didn't I even know about this? Where have I been?
Michigan versus Washington. Make sure we're still live.
God.
34-13. 14-3 in the first, 7-3. 3-3, and then they scored 14. They got that big interception at the end, and Buddy ran it back to like the 5.
What was the stats?
And they took like 2 yards to get a touchdown. Michael Penix, 255, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. 27 for 51's ugly. Dalen Johnson, 11 for 33. Odunze still had 5 for 87. J.J. McCarthy, 10 for 18, 140.
It was a run game.
Yeah, they were killing him on the run. They couldn't stop that halfback draw to save their soul.
I knew when they played Washington play. Who did we watched them. Who did they play?
Who did they play before that? Texas?
Texas, yeah. Yeah. They couldn't. Texas about came back and won that game.
Yeah, they did.
Running the ball. I knew that, but still, that offense should have performed better.
It's still all praise hail to Michael Penix. I still think he's probably the best quarterback in college. Don't at me, at your mama.
I would like to have him.
I saw a mock draft that had him fall to either 6 or 8.
The Patriots. I seen the one that's had him going to the Patriots.
Let's see, NFL. Before I do that, let me go ahead and turn off hotkeys because I need to use my space bar, and me hitting space bar pausing really screws. Pause recording. Come on.
I wonder if you looked up when was the last time the Patriots drafted a black quarterback?
Malik Cunningham
in the first round.
Oh, in the first round? Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I feel like I don't feel like I've ever seen
NFL mock draft 2024. USA Today, Sporting News. Let's do USA Today. See what we got. When was this updated? Does it tell me? January 8th. So this was yesterday. Bears take Caleb Williams. Drake May goes to the Commanders. Jaden Williams goes to the Patriots. Cardinals get Marvin Harrison Jr. Chargers get Malik Neighbors. Let's see. Let's keep going. Where are the Steelers? Haven't been really tapped in on Steelers draft.
Y'all
23. They guys taking Terrion Arnold, cornerback out of Alabama.
And somebody must have got Kool-Aid because y'all would have definitely got Kool-Aid if y'all were going corners from Alabama, Coleman. Especially. Yeah, there he was.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah. That's a weird name. Is that his legal name, Kool-Aid?
If it's on here, I'm guessing so.
I'm like, your mama was drinking a little bit.
She was geeking a little bit, just a wee bit. Yeah, so shout out to Michigan. I know my friend Josh Hopper, huge Michigan fan, we was talking yesterday, and he would say, "Dude, I'm out of it. I'm beside myself." And I was like, "Dude, you have all the right to be."
Yeah, because
he said game's not over yet. I said, "Dude, interception." I was like, "Congratulations."
And it's 31-13. I think this game was over.
And they tried to make a push, but it was a little too late.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Yeah. I thought it'd be a closer game than that.
And it just never started off that way.
I think
14-3 in the first quarter.
That's why I don't like the. That's my only problem with the college national championship, because I feel like you don't really get the best two teams, because the game with Alabama was closer than that. You know, like it was just weird. I don't know. I feel like you never know if you're getting the best teams. You know, like. Who would say if Alabama would have been playing the national championship and had to play a Washington or a Texas and won, and then they, I feel like that could have been a good game. That was just
all right. So, shout out to Michigan again. We're going to move on to our next segment, predicting the playoffs. This is not correct, so we got to find the right one. I know that one was right, but. Is this right? Yeah, this is right. So, Pittsburgh Steelers will be going to Buffalo to play the Buffalo Bills. I do believe this game is not as far-fetched as a lot of people wanted to make out. It seemed to be. If they go in there sleeping, we could come out with a sneaky win. But the fact that we're missing T.J. Watt is going to be very detrimental to the overall success of our team. But the fact that we are getting Keanu O'Neal and DeMonte Casey and Minka Fitzpatrick back is also helpful.
Team Rudolph. Go Rudolph, run, Rudolph, run.
Rudolph has been balling out of his mind.
He's been playing for better than Josh Allen, in my opinion.
I think Bills win 27-17.
And this just shows you how I am. I got the Steelers winning 21-17. I think the Steelers is going to pull. That's going to be the upset. I don't think Josh Allen. I don't think, even if they don't have TJ, I think they got a lot more players that are dynamic that can rush the quarterback. I think he plays a big part in it, but I think that they can still control Josh Allen. I mean, he's played against worse defenses and no TJ Watts, and he still has fumbled the bag.
They lost to that Patriots team, which we also lost to.
So I think they can. I think that'll be an upset. I got a couple upsets on here that's going to surprise some people. But I got the Steelers winning that.
Dolphins, Chiefs. I don't trust Tua.
I don't trust Tua either, and I don't trust Patrick Mahomes receiver. So
I've been on that don't trust Tua wave for the longest time. Something about the guy is just he just finds a way to not be able to get it done. And like he said, Patrick is going to have to do it by himself because, as we've seen in recent weeks, Travis Kelce has been a dud, and those receivers, besides Rashee Rice and
and Watson,
those are the only guys that get anything done for them as a whole. Oh, and we can't forget Isaiah Pacheco. But
rushing and coming out the bat.
I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I'm taking Miami 21-17.
I'm gonna go Kansas City. I think Patrick Mahomes. I think that he will find a way, even if there's not a way. As long as he gets a little bit of help, I'm thinking, this is the time he's going to, Travis Kelce as a captain. Like, look, motherfucker, we made it here. All I need you to do is play good. These next few games, tighten it up. Go in the lab, figure out what you got. Leave Taylor Swift alone for a damn. At least through the fucking playoffs, leave her alone so we can get back to where we used to be. We need you. I need you. And so I think they'll end up pulling that one. I'm gonna go 24-21 KC.
Matchup of the first round in the AFC, in my personal opinion, Cleveland Browns versus the Houston Texans. Team that traded Deshaun Watson to the Browns, and the Texans ended up drafting the stud and C.J. Stroud because they weren't stupid to take Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I'm going to down that hill. He should have never went one. Joe Flacco's been leading them boys like the second coming of freaking Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's weird.
But they're going to meet a team that is young and hungry, and I think that if they had Tank Dell, this game wouldn't be as close. But that Browns defense is nothing to sleep on. But I do have the Browns winning 24-21 solely on the back of the defense.
Yeah. I mean, I like C.J. Stroud, so I'm a little bit biased here. I think he's going to be great in the NFL for many years, so I'm going to go the Texans. Let's go 28-21, Houston.
And then we go over to the NFC side. We got Packers, Cowboys. Cowboys win. But don't sleep, Dallas Cowboys fans. I'm looking at you. If you're listening to this, don't go into this game sleeping because Jordan Love and them boys are out to prove something, that him sitting behind Aaron Rodgers was beneficial and that he's actually that guy. Don't go in there sleeping. Their defense isn't great, but we've known that Dak Prescott can go out there and fumble the bag with the quickest amount of energy.
Yeah.
Don't go in there sleeping because they will upset you. But I got Cowboys winning 35-17.
Yeah. I hate the Cowboys. As a Commanders fan, it's almost like you're supposed to. But Green Bay, I would love to see. I hope they prove me wrong. I hope Green Bay goes in there and shocks the world. But I think Cowboys win it, about 35-21. I think it's going to be. It should be a cakewalk for them, but hopefully not.
Another big matchup. We got the Rams with Matt Stafford playing the Detroit Lions, who had Matt Stafford. Shout out to that boy, Puka Nacua, for setting the wide receiver receiving yards as a rookie.
Yeah, and they got Jared Goff.
Big
who
salute.
Used to be a Ram.
Yep.
So we going to battle this.
Detroit. Talking to you, Craig.
Yeah.
Don't go. Not you, Craig. The other Craig I work with. Don't go in there sleeping.
Yeah.
Matty Stafford is coming. And that boy is not no slouch.
Puka Nacua, he the next coming of Cooper Kupp and everything.
Y'all better make sure.
I
did see Amon-Ra St. Brown dyed his hair blue. I'm not against it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't think I would have went that route.
Don't go in there sleeping. Jared Goff better play, and he better come to play, because Matthew Stafford has been shown y'all that he has not lost his step yet.
Yeah, he made it. I mean, shoot, they there. And if you think about it, Jared Goff, this could be your get back. So you better make sure you don't fumble the bag. Because remember, Matt Stafford came to your team, won the Super Bowl, and this could be your chance to be like, okay, I can do it too. So you got some history behind the game. You want to try to prove, That's how I would be looking at it. Like, let me win this game, because when this man went to my old team That same year went and won the Super Bowl. Let me try to get some of this.
I'm taking the Rams 28-24.
I'm gonna go with Jared. I think Jared Goff got a chip on his shoulder here, so I'm gonna go Detroit, and I'm gonna go. I don't think it'll be that high scoring game, so I'm gonna go 21-17.
You're talking about two teams with really good running back core. Kyron Williams was a fantasy stud. Shout out to Rob. I should have made that trade for
Notre
Eckler.
Dame.
And then you got Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. It's to be said. That's gonna be a matchup. Next, Eagles Buccaneers.
Shit.
Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Y'all.
If you listen to this on your phone, put it next to your ear. I'm talking to y'all. Pedro.
Sad.
Nacho. I'm talking to y'all. Don't go into this game sleeping.
Like I've been the last 4 games.
Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, Rashad White, and that defense. Don't sleep on them.
Y'all went to sleep on the Cardinals and they beat you. Y'all went to sleep on the Giants and they beat you.
Y'all have been playing so lackadaisical for the last 6 weeks now.
I don't even know. I might have to pick Tampa Bay just because the way y'all playing. If the season was to start yesterday, y'all would be some shit.
Listen, I'm gonna put this out there on Front Street. If y'all put James Bradbury on Mike Evans,
gone. And they probably
cook session, hibachi, fried rice.
Yo, I don't know what they got, but I think I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
I'm taking the Eagles. Tush push for the win. 28-24.
I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield, and I'm gonna say 24 to 21. I don't trust the Eagles no more. Y'all haven't shown anything.
So next round we got Bills Dolphins. Bills just beat the dog shit out of the Dolphins. I'm going to Bills again.
That's when I'm gonna have to go. I had the Steelers and the KFC, so I'm gonna have to go KFC on that one. And
then we got Browns Ravens. So cut it out. Ravens are hot like lava right now.
Lamar Jackson. Did they already crown him the league MVP?
No,
they haven't yet.
But they better not go into that game thinking that the Browns are some slouches, because that defense is going to give them the business. Ravens win that one.
Yeah, and I had the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud-Young. I don't think he can. I think he'll be great, but I don't think this is his year. I think he'll get him one playoff belt, get him hungry, get him prepared. But I think Lamar Jackson's going to show him why he was the MVP. So I got the Baltimore Ravens beating Houston.
Cowboys Rams. Cowboys don't sleep. Don't sleep. The division around is around that y'all find yourself always losing in.
Yeah.
Don't sleep.
I got the Cowboys losing that. I had Detroit. I got the Detroit Lions getting the get back. And I got Detroit. I got Detroit winning that one.
Eagles 49ers. Go ahead and put Brock Purdy in the conference.
Yeah. Yeah, same as well.
Sock dirty.
I put Buccaneers, but yeah.
Don't sleep on CMC. Debo.
Fuck Chase Young.
Don't sleep on Bosa. Don't sleep on them boys. Fred Warner. No, the Eagles aren't ready for that.
No, they weren't. They got their ass blown out.
So in our conference championship of the AFC, we have Ravens versus Bills. NFC championship, we have 49ers versus Cowboys on my side.
I got KFC and the Ravens. I'm going to go the Ravens. And then I got
Detroit.
Detroit
49ers.
And 49ers. I got 49ers.
That would be a hell of a good matchup.
Yeah.
So in the Super Bowl on my side, we have Baltimore versus the 49ers again. After they did it in, what was that, 2016?
That's the last year Ray Lewis played, wasn't it?
What year was that Super Bowl? It wasn't 2018, was it?
No, try 14.
2014? No.
No.
Was I in high school for that Super Bowl? 2013? 2013.
Yeah.
So it's been 10 years to the exact.
Damn. That's weird.
And we could see it happening again. In my opinion, I think this is the Super Bowl.
They've already put the... You know that thing they were saying when they do the colors?
Yeah.
And it's been matching up? If that's true, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. I really don't. Like the banner for it?
Yeah.
just weird. I mean, like, that's weird, you know?
So, we're going to do the awards. Lamar Jackson's obviously the MVP. Defensive Player of the Year should go to T.J. Watt. He ran away with that award quite a while ago.
Here's a tough debate. Who's the rookie offensive player of the or rookie of the year in general? Should it be C.J. Stroud or Puka Nacua?
What a question.
Yeah.
That isn't a question.
You know, Puka done broke every receiving rookie record, but then you got C.J. Stroud, who's first year throwing over 4,000 yards.
I think it'll go to Puka due to games played.
Games played? Yeah, because that's right. Because
Stroud missed like what? 4 or
how
5
many
games?
did Puka? He missed some too, didn't he?
I
I thought he did. I know he didn't play the last. I don't think. I know the last one they just let him break the record and took him right out.
Yeah, I saw that clip on TikTok or something earlier. Football Reference. He played 15, so he missed 2. Puka Nacua played all 17
he plays,
games.
yeah, so he probably get it. But look at them stats: 105 receptions,
1486.
Dang, man.
You know, I saw a picture on Facebook that said wide receivers went off this year, and they didn't have George Pickens on there. But
what
they
was
had
his stats?
the Noah Brown on there. George Pickens had 63 receptions, 1,140 yards, 5 touchdowns.
That. Look at the yards per play. I mean, yards. Does it show it?
Noah Brown.
16.
No, I want to say it was Noah
18,
Brown.
I mean.
Had. No, it wasn't Noah Brown.
What team?
It was the Texans.
Oh, who was their other one? Nico Collins?
Was it Nico Collins?
Because other than Tank Dell, that's only...
It might have been Nico Collins. 80 receptions, 1297. He's literally right behind him. Why is he getting slotted so bad?
Yeah. You know why? Because I feel like it's just it's the receptions. That's if you look at the NFL.com, they judge the receivers by receptions. Where he's got 80 receptions and what they say 60 something. But that's how it is. If you go to the NFL.com and look up receiving stats, they'll go by who has the most receptions instead of yards and touchdowns. And that's what they go by. And I don't understand. I think it should go by yards because you think he got 80. He got like almost 20 more than Pickens, but his yardage is still the same. So that means he was more
versus.
I mean, yards after catch and
63, so he had 17 more.
Yeah, and if you think about that, he's averaging 18 yards per catch.
1140, 1297 minus 1140. 1297 minus 1140. He had 157 yards more.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, if he would have had got more receiving yards or receptions against the Ravens, the numbers wouldn't have been as close.
Yeah.
Would have been a lot closer.
And you think about it, I mean, think if George had as many 80 receptions, where would he be at with 17 more catches?
What if Mason Rudolph played the whole year? What if Mitch Trubisky didn't play those games?
Should have never. I don't know. See, that's one thing.
It'd still get rid of Mitch Trubisky. Hashtag fuck Mitch Trubisky.
I've been seeing a lot of him going bye-bye. You don't need him. I think for now, if y'all think, I mean, right now you're not in a position to get a elite unless Michael Penix is there. I don't know. The yardage per game went up. The points per game went up. Everything offensively went. Not even Najee Harris, his rushing went up.
Yeah,
that's just crazy that one quarterback can just change that because then you're not just focused like, well, they can't throw the ball on us, so all we gotta do is stop the run defense. But when you get somebody who's getting them deep balls, getting their best receivers the ball, and they're making plays, then you gotta come like, hold on, we can't just worry about the run. We gotta play some little bit softer coverage.
Mason Rudolph was throwing some absolute
bombs. I mean, I knew they was going to win that last game because I was like, for one, they're not playing their starters, and secondly, I think Mason Rudolph is proven, he's that guy for now, and I think that's why I got him winning. I think they can honestly pull it off. I don't see why they can't. It's every person in the NFL has proven that they deserve to be in the NFL, and they're in the NFL for a reason. So, any game, any day,
Yeah, any given Sunday.
And he played in the soaking wet and rain.
Yeah.
And I don't think they can stop Najee Harris. I'll get that motherfucker the ball 20 times, 23 times the ball the game. Let Jalen Warren and let them just run motherfuckers over and push the pile. That touchdown when we were watching the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, that's a grown man. You know, that's why I got faith in the Steelers. I think they can upset and shock a lot of people.
So we're going to transition to the opponents for the 2024-2025 season have been released. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Chiefs, Chargers, Jets, Giants, Cowboys, all at home. And we will be visiting the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, the Broncos, the Raiders, the Colts, the Eagles, the Commanders, and the Falcons.
Yeah,
just go ahead and count me in to being at least one or two of those games next year.
Man, we're going to be at the camera and we might do a live video from
vlog.
FedEx.
Shout out for the vlog. Because it's literally right up the street.
Yeah.
And then on the other end, what are we looking at? Tennessee Titans, AFC West. The Commanders will be playing the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Falcons, Panthers, Bears, Browns, Steelers, Titans at home, and visiting the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Saints, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Bengals, Ravens. If we go back up here, I can't project actually because I don't know who our quarterback's going to be.
It's
So.
tough.
I still think we could all easily every year get 10 wins with the players we have on this team.
Which y'all did.
If we find us a quarterback, I don't know if it's Justin Fields, if it's Russell Wilson, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, as long as it's not Mitch Trubisky, I'll be all right.
Anything but. I think I can see y'all winning 10 games, maybe more, depending on who your quarterback is.
Get an offensive coordinator, bring in Byron Leftwich, please.
I don't think y'all should go Russell Wilson. I don't think
It's
that's
expensive too.
Yeah. And
But he showed that he didn't lose his step in quite a few of those games.
Yeah,
some of those games it's just like, damn, he lost that step.
And and I still think he's a good. And I think he's a good player. I just don't know if you want to, I mean, I guess if you're gonna do it for like a 2-year contract. Because right now, y'all are not in a good position to get a good quarterback out of the draft. I don't know what y'all's cap situation is, and I don't know what quarterbacks are free agents.
We're usually pretty good at managing our money.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's any good quarterbacks in free agency other than Russell Wilson. I mean, but
Kirk Cousins is going to be out there.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Let's see.
He's 35 right now, so I don't know if I don't know how that dynamic is.
Upcoming free agent quarterbacks.
And plus, the Vikings aren't in good position. They might as well just, hang on for him for a year or two.
Kirk Cousins, Tannehill, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, Mariota, Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston, Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield, Mustache Minshew, Teddy Bridgewater said he's retiring after this year.
He was retiring.
Tyler Huntley, Joe Flacco, Josh Dobbs, Easton Stick, Nate Sudfeld, have no idea who he is, Blaine Gabbert, Josh Johnson, Kyle Allen, Brendan Allen, Trevor Siemian, A.J. McCarron, Matt Barkley, Mason Rudolph, Logan Woodside, Felipe Franks, don't know who that guy is, Jake Browning, Nathan Rourke, and Garrett Gilbert.
Mason Rudolph might have secured him a bag for the next couple of years. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think you should get rid of him.
I agree.
But out of all those, I mean,
The only one that really sticks out is freaking
Kirk Cousins.
I don't want Tannehill.
No.
Jacoby Brissett's he's
He
serviceable, but
yeah, he is
Tyrod's serviceable too.
Yeah.
I don't want turnover Winston.
No.
I saw a meme yesterday that said, "Coach told me to take a knee." I said, "I only know TDs and INTs, nothing in between," and that shit had me dying laughing. That's some shit he would say.
And you know what? He was like, wait till I get this cataract surgery. It's over with.
He already had it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but it didn't change shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not like a Baker Mayfield, I don't know. Baker, I don't know. See,
I think he's going to be back with the Buccaneers.
That's what I'm saying, because, if you don't have a good draft capital right now, you might as well kind of ride it out with you. Like Kirk Cousins, I don't know what their situation is with their quarterbacks, because you've seen the quarterbacks they got when we watched them on, New Year's?
Yeah.
You've seen their quarterbacks they have right now. That's not what you want as your. You might as well stick with Kirk Cousins. And another thing I was wondering, I was like, is Aaron Rodgers going to stay? Is he going to remain on the roster for now, or is he going to, what's going to happen with that?
I don't know what the plan is with him. But here we got the NFL news. We already know Falcons fired Arthur Smith. Bills fired Ken Dorsey. Panthers let go of everybody.
Yeah.
Jaguars got rid of their defensive coordinator. We knew the Raiders fired their guys. The Chargers fired their guys. Offensive line coach and special teams coordinator have been fired. We know Matt Canada, Ron Rivera's been let go. Jack Del Rio's been let go. Brent Wieselmeyer's been let go. The Bears brought back defense coordinator Al Williams. Giants bring back Don Wink, Mark Tyndale. There's a lot of interviews for this Panthers jobs.
Why didn't they got our interview? I guess because they did it later. But
it's just got coordinators on here. Assistant head coach, defensive line coach for Anthony Weaver from the Ravens. Head coach Mike Bogorzi. Head of football operations. We got the guy from the Chiefs, Browns, Bears, Eagles, 49ers. Nothing for the Steelers? Nothing for the Steelers. That's cool.
I mean,
let's look at these NFL awards.
They could be playing it close to chess.
Close out the show. What time? We have 40 minutes done. This is not giving me what I want. Finalist.
Yeah.
A December 14th finalist for MVPs and other awards 2022. All right, here we go. Most valuable player is Patrick. What?
This is old. This gotta be old.
2022. 2023. Oh, yeah, that's old. What the heck?
Why would you even show that?
2023. This is the Art Rooney Award. Why is it not? Full list of winners. January 25th, 23, February 10th, 23. What the heck? Pro Football Hall of Fame. Zoe. NFL award odds. Let's try this. New York Post. Lamar Jackson, MVP for sure. Offensive Player of the Year. Between Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill is actually a really good question. I think it should be Christian McCaffrey at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Next, Defensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt is plus 400.
Myles Garrett. How many? I would like to compare those two stats. And then they got Micah Parsons. He was quiet for the last half of the season.
TJ, oh, that's a cute. You want to let her out real quick, Craig?
I don't feel like that.
What are they? What are we looking at? Tackles or games played?
This year, because no, this can't be. When is this updated? It says regular season. It's only got I'm at 14. StatMuse. Reception, sack leader. He's got 19 sacks.
What's Myles Garrett got?
I think he's got like 15.
I wonder if they're going by games played.
I don't think TJ Watt missed a game this year. Oh, no, he might have. Why is none of these really giving me what I want to see? 48 tackles, 20 assists, 19 sacks. 33 tackles, 9 assists, 14 sacks. 8 passes defended, 1 interception, 3 fumbles recovered, 4 fumbles forced. They got the same amount of fumbles forced. He's got 2 more fumbles recovered, 1 more interception. He played 17 games. He played 16.
So he can't even say play. He did play every game.
I thought he did. So where's the discussion? What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
the award should be T.J. Watts. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Scott C.J. Stroud minus 1,000, Puka Nacua plus 450. I mean, if it goes to either one of those guys, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, either one of them deserve it.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Carter, Will Anderson. I think Will Anderson might pull away with that one.
Yeah.
Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski and DeMarco Ryans are both really good. Dan Campbell's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those 3 guys, I would be perfectly okay with. But all right, that will wrap up the show. Season 2, Episode 1 of Random Ramblings with your boy, Gambino Gaming, your favorite neighborhood crabman, with my co-host, Craig Palmer.
Thank you for having me.
Make sure you leave your comments, hashtag ask questions for Crabman in the comment section below so I can address those in the next episode. I love you boys and girls. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe so we can bring back you some more Random Ramblings.
Deuces.
Peace.